What's going on, guys? I'm back with another one, bringing you the review I promised you in the first place. That's right. And a couple hours ago, I watched a movie called Prevenge, starring Alice Lowe, Gemma Willen, and Kate Dickey. First of all, upon watching this movie, or upon just purchasing this movie, it was brought to my attention that this is not a recent release. It's not a 2020 release. It's a 2016, 2017-ish release. Now, the reason that I thought that this was a recent release is because I went to Best Buy a while back and I saw this movie available to purchase. I've never seen this movie before at Best Buy. I go to Best Buy a lot. Alright? Never seen this movie before. And so I thought it was, it's a new film. Or, not a new film, but a recent film. And that's why I gotta call this an under the radar review. That's alright. That's alright. Back to that review. Now, Prevenge, for those who are not aware, and I'm sure there's some out there because I wasn't aware that this movie existed. Prevenge is about a woman named Ruth who, a while back, suffers a tragedy emotionally of losing her husband to a rock climbing incident where 3 other people were involved. And those 3 other people in the rock climbing expedition were blamed for the thing. They were faulted for it. And this has been on her mind ever since. At the same time, she is pregnant with her late husband's baby. So there's so much going on. And while this is going on, or occurring, she starts to hear voices from the baby in her womb. And the baby is telling her to start murdering everybody the baby doesn't like or detests. Because the baby is getting her prepped up to murder the 3 people who were accused. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the premise of that movie. Yeah. So, positives. The positives in this movie. Let's just start by saying this is a dark comedy. This is a dark comedy. I'm a big fan of comedy. So, of course, I like dark comedies too. I know you can't tell because I hardly ever do reviews on comedy, but there's not a lot to pick from, sadly. But yes, this does a great job of going from the funny to the dark. Example. Every murder in this movie, the punchline is a setup for the murder, or the murder is a setup for a punchline. And it's almost like I hate to bring up Joker once again in a review. It's almost like a Joker style situation because that's what Joker did. He was just crazy like that. But it felt like kind of like, not exactly like that, but that's how you should imagine that. All right? Very dark, very grim. That's what it was meant to be. All right? I also like how they were able to involve drama, a little bit of drama into this movie. A little bit of seriousness. Even though it's supposed to be a comedy, a dark comedy, whatsoever. They made you delve into the mind of someone who has been through a tragedy like this. who's kind of been traumatized, losing their husband. They're single mother now. They're pregnant with the late husband's baby. They're going through that. It makes you see you get to see how lonely she is. You really see how lonely she is, and it makes you feel a little lonely. Like, Jesus, like, I'm kind of feeling what she's feeling. Even if you're not lonely, you know what I'm saying? It makes you feel like, oh, that's tough, man. That's tough what she's going through. It's really tough. It really is. It's not a justification for murder. Don't say I said that. I didn't say that. No. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that you can feel the sadness. You can feel the sadness from within. Not a justification for murder. Doesn't justify murder at all. Don't think that. Also, just the premise of this movie is it's one like I've never seen before. And I'm sure there was one that came close, maybe, but not one that I can think of at the moment. All right, this one is quite the creative premise to me. So that's a plus. Now, the only negative things I can say about this is I wish that there would have been a more creative way that a lot of her murders could have went down. It really was a one show type thing. Really, the what happened around the murders were the ridiculously crazy parts, were the interesting situations. The murders were, it's what led up to the murders that got you. You know what I'm saying? But the murders themselves, her killing style or whatever, I wouldn't say it was on the par with Freddy Krueger or Jason or anything like that. Of course not. But that's really the only negative things I can say about this movie. Or besides the fact that when you stab someone, it shouldn't be an instant death, should it? I don't know anything about that, but that's kind of what was going on in the movie too. It was like she stabbed some people and they died like within 5 seconds. It wasn't like she stabbed him in a vital organ. She just stabbed him. I don't know. That was kind of weird too. But none of this obviously didn't hurt the movie because this is an under radar review. So it's all good. I highly recommend that people watch this movie. Pull it up, dig it up. I know a lot of people have never heard of this movie. But go out, download this. It's at Best Buy too. You can purchase it there if you like to purchase movies with the physical cover. It's great. It's a great watch. It's a great watch. It's a little dark comedy. I'm sure you're gonna laugh at it too. All right. I'm guaranteeing it. I'm putting my stamp on it. My stamp of approval. Alright. Like, share, subscribe. And I come